Only 6 players in the history of Duckhook golfers have the privilege to be crowned the champion. From 2014 to now, only 6 players has experienced the pressure of the final putt, the thrill of the accomplishment, the honor of being the Masters champion. In 2020, 44 players will once again battle for the title and the prestige of lifting the coveted Masters trophy. This year, there is a new challenge. Country Club Johannesburg Rocklands Golf Course will host 44 of the best Duckhook players over the last 3 months. Who will prevail? Who will feel the exhilaration? Who will be the 2020 Masters champion? But first, you need to take this trophy from me. I'm Ruben Swart, 2019 Masters champion.
It's the long-awaited Masters. It's finally here. We didn't play it in April, but we're playing it now. Hello, everybody. Are we excited? The day has finally come. We've got Fats, Donnie, Ryan, and the reigning and defending champion, Ruben Swart. Say hello, everybody.
Yeah, how's it? Hello.
How excited are we? It's only 3 days to go to the Masters. We're playing it at a new venue. It's not Serengeti this time. We're going to CCJ and we're playing the Rocklands course. A couple of us went out there and it's in good condition. I think we're really going to enjoy it, especially if you haven't played. Who's played on this panel? And if you have played, on the comments below, let us know if you've played the course. Boys, who's played?
Yes, me.
I've played there a good few times over the years, Maz, yeah.
Yeah, same here. Played it a few times as well. Good course.
See it for the first time on Friday. Really looking forward to it. What I've heard,
it's going to be a great, great day. We've got the guys ready on the line to say hello. Tian is there first. You're not playing, you're in Durban, but he's always watching. Let's just say, Netflix who? Rather watch the Duckhook panel take you through some golf stuff you're actually interested in. Yes, welcome. This is Dorian. Thank you. Dorian is in the field. He's also going to be looking forward to it. We've got Alalo, Martinez, Becker. Let's do this. Hello, champs. Thank you for joining us once again, Martinez, Querbus, Ryan, Leon, making another major start. I can't remember if it's his first one. Can you remember? Let us know, Leon.
I think it's his second, man.
Second. Did he play any Botsy? Too many guys, too many majors, but yes, we are here. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, we're pretty much going to review everything, the entire golf course. We've got all the flyovers, we've got featured holes, we've got some betting, or who's favorite. So we're going to go through everything. So join us and keep us, ask us some questions. Firstly, what's the question they usually ask us is about conditions. So we'll get to the conditions and then we'll let everybody know, but we want to know who are the Masters past champions, who's got their names on the honors board. Well, here we go. We started in 2014. Andre Kotze took the title, and that was at Bryanston Country Club. Then 2015, Albert Wegel. 2016, Jason Ivans. 2017, Andrew Nielsen. 2018, Niels de Toy. And then our current champion, Ruben Swart, on even par. 76 he shot at the end of the day. If you want to know what the result was from last year, well, this is what the result was. Can you believe that I have the top 3 finishers on the show today? Can you believe? Ruben, Ryan, Donnie, Paul Ricketts, Donna Perimal, Carl Janssen from Rensburg, Russell Tandy with a bit of a slip, Adam Ford, Nico, Dean. Boys, remember that round?
Very much so, Maz. I was actually sitting behind the 18th green, not hoping that he, came in with a 6, but I'd been told by someone that had gone back that all he needs is a 5. And I honestly probably played one of the best rounds of my life to date, up to that point. And but it was an awesome day. Good golf played by a lot of people that day.
Oh, yes, I remember. Everybody was waiting. Ruben, you had quite an iffy putt to claim the title. Talk us through that winning moment and the pressure of sinking that putt.
Yeah, I was about 4 holes out and Russell was still leading. So I played I was so freaking a god. I just told him, I'm just going to keep making par and just be there with Russell all the time. And then all of a sudden, he started to drop and I just stayed on even. And on the last hole, I was so scared to pull it into the water. So I bailed out on the right on a very, very crap place, just in thick rough. So I said to myself, let's get it out there, close to the green of a 6 iron. I was about 210 in, so I hit the 6 iron and I got a flyer. And I think I was about 20 meters short, and the flag was stuck on the right. So I said to myself, no, let's just go middle green, and we take a 2-putt from there. So, and I left it a bit short the first putt, but it was still okay.
Was good. Okay. Well, that was the reminiscing from last year, but the 2020 is a whole new ball game, a new course. So, what is it going to be like? First of all, who is playing the 2020 Masters? We had 3 months of qualifying: June, July, and August. Fats, you can help me go through everybody. Here we go with the automatic qualifiers.
Right, as you can see, the automatic qualifiers was Dani, player of the season last year. Frikkie was the Thursday champ, and Dana the Sunday champ. Maz, the reigning players champ, and then Ruben, our defending champion of the Masters, and Luki Janssen, who won the Open a couple of months back at Ibotsi.
Then we move on to the Thursday qualifiers. Yourself?
Yeah. Yes, myself got in there with a win at Germiston. Alan Lowe with his win at Kyalami. A couple of guys with some good finishes. Jason Ivans, Ewald, very steady. Cornel Erasmus, Mark Borragero, Ryan Estman, Torel Stein, Ryan Jensen, Basil Wright, Leon Westhuizen, Nerudu, and Coach Dylan made it in there.
Move on to Series 1 qualifiers. There are no winners that are written here, but both winners actually already qualified, which is Dani, the Sunday League champion, and Frikkie, the Thursday League champion.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting. It made space for 2 more guys, I think, which is really nice. So we've got Kevin, Simon, Paul, Hanu, who's also in great form, Gideon, Randall, Nikki, Renee, Wayne, Peter, Billy, and Barry.
And then finally, after South Downs, we finally confirmed the rest of the Series 2 players.
Oh, so of course we have Malafani there, who won the first Sunday League back after Lockdown at Bushwillow. Gerard with a great victory at Dainfern, and then we had Matt with a second place finish on Sunday, I think, at Germiston. Tian Schmulian, Dean Sherman, steady as always. Brighton, Martinez, Karel, Christo Ehlers, welcome back to your first major in probably a year and a half, Christo. Dorian, Terence, Neville, and Adam Ford sneaking in there.
And let us just mention how the qualifying has changed this season, and I think it's really working because it's based on ranking points earned and not on Stableford's points earned over the 3 rounds. So it gives you a chance, if you finish in the top 10, that you've got a real good chance of making the major. So we're seeing new faces, and I think it was a great rule change, and I think many are happy with it because, like we say, you don't have to play all 3 league games. You just need a good finish. So yes, something that everybody's going to be looking forward to is what handicaps are we playing? Ryan Jensen has sent through the new handicaps and the 1st and 10th tee. So here we go. Everybody's interested to see what this is all about. On the 1st tee, starting off. Now, it's kind of structured that the least points earned will go first, leaving the guys who are in form with the most points going towards the back of the field. It's not perfectly done because there are some requirements from certain players that they need to maybe tee off a little later. So here we go. Adam Ford, Wayne Jensen, Neville Kurz, and Pranay Pandey. You will be teeing it off first on the 1st tee. Let's remind you it's a 2-tee start, so we'll finish much closer together. Dorian Fourie, Leon Oosthuizen, Christo Ellis, and Basil Wright going off 2nd on the 1st. Dani Geldenaes, Brayton Nduweni, Sorrel Steyn, Naruto. And then we go, Mark Borragero, Peter Prinsloo, Simon Mayer, and myself, Dean Sherman, Ruben Swart, Gerry Snyman, Randall Chetty, you all together, Luki Janssen, Fats, Alan Lowe, and Frikkie. Any interesting handicaps on this page, gentlemen?
Ruben Swart.
Off a 9.
How is he still a 9 handicap?
All my scores are in, so yeah, no.
Ryan, please explain.
I don't know how my Duckhook is still 10, but yeah.
I think we need to have a look at this.
Jensen, let's have a what do you call it, an audit?
Yeah, we'll have an audit on that.
Don't we have a rule that the previous champion plays off a 0?
I think we should bring that in.
Yes. Well, the way Ruben's going, I think he might be favourite here. Okay, let's move to the 10th tee. Perhaps you can take us through to the 10th tee. It is coming very shortly, also starting at 12 o'clock.
No, it's just, yeah, you mentioned something about an 11:50 start, perhaps. Are we just going to inform the guys if that is the case?
I will inform them, yes. So on the first tee, it's not 12 o'clock, it's 11:50 start. They let us know today they needed to move it forward to accommodate some of their eager members. So here we go, on the 10th tee.
Right, on the 10th tee. First up, we have Billy Hall, Nicky, who always played together, Terrence and Coach Dylan. And then we have Ryan Jensen, Karel van der Meulen, Barry Venter, and Martinez Becker. And then up next is Gideon Richter, Malafani, Tian, and Paul Ricketts. And then we have Cornel Erasmus, Matt Beneke, Anu Oosthuizen, and Kevin Ho. And then last off the 10th tee is Ewald van Wyk, Ryan Estman, Jason Ivans, and Dana Perel.
I think Paul Ricketts off a 16 could be an interesting bet there.
Absolutely.
Who else? Yeah.
But I still think Anu, the way he's playing, and obviously a medal event, the lower handicappers I feel do have an advantage. So I've got to back Anu on this one.
Nice to see Anu finally off a scratch.
Finally, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was off a +1 on Sunday. So
Lovely.
Good. Okay. Before, I want to show you a little preview to JCC, and then we'll go through the scorecard and all the holes. Things to remember. Rules and regulations for the Masters. 1 cart per person, unless you are brothers or brothers, pretty much,
housemate,
right?
brother.
Or housemate, father and son, let's say that, okay? 1 cart. And then secondly, you cannot take the flag out of the hole. It has to stay there. Thirdly, and I think this is a rule we're implementing, Fats, you need a rake. We rake the bunkers is as it lies. Unless you land in a footprint of somebody else, and if it's our field, there shouldn't be footprints. You play it as it lies. So take your rakes. If you don't have one, we will have. Rake it in so that we don't have any... It's not fair to give other people the option to drop it if they're not happy. Everybody agree?
Totally agree.
Yes.
I think
just the standard. If you're in a footprint, you can place it up footprint.
And hopefully there
Yeah,
won't
but
be.
let's not leave any footprints of the Duckhook out. Let's get the rakes and rake the bunker once you've done.
Okay, great. I landed, the sand is nice and soft. You'll remember, Rubes, I had 2 plugged lies. They're not plugged, fried eggs.
Yes,
Managed to get
fried
them
eggs.
both out. So that was good on my part. Right, if you do not know CCJ, here's a little preview for you.
In northern Johannesburg, in the suburb of Woodmead, lies a golfing gem steeped in history and rooted in tradition, Country Club Johannesburg. This club was at the heart of Johannesburg's social scene in the early 1900s and has through its century-long existence been a nature lover's haven, with 14 dams and over 180 species of birds. Perched on a green belt of more than 600 hectares, the location is unrivaled, and so are the facilities. It's home to 2 distinct championship courses. Woodmead Golf Course was opened in 1968 and the Hawtree and Quinn-designed Rocklands was built in 1992. For the Duckhook Masters, all eyes are on the par 72 6,326-metre Parklands course. In 2012, Jaco Prinsloo shot a course record 63. With its undulating terrain, bushveld feel, open fairways and breathtaking views, the course has been ranked in the top 100 in SA and will be an exciting challenge. May the best golfer win.
If that doesn't get your competitive juices going, I don't know what will. Yes, awesome. Thank you very much to Crystal Arnold for voicing that for us. Big supporter of what we do. Here we go, scorecard time. Okay, we're starting with a par 4, which is not very difficult, but there's a big tree in the way. We will get to that. I'm quickly going to go through it. I would say back-to-back par 5s plus the 11th is probably going to be the Amen's corner of Rocklands because it's a stroke 1, 18 meters, followed by 2 back-to-back par 5s. So if we get through that unscathed, I think you've got a good opportunity to score some points. Ruben, let's talk about the greens quickly. The greens are slick. The greens are not flat.
Yeah.
The greens are very undulating.
They're not flat, so they swing a lot, and they don't really bite when you chip. And most of them are a bit raised, so the chipping is going to be quite difficult, and it's not that easy to putt because it's fluffy next to the green. So it's going to play tricky.
And let's talk about the fairways quickly, because we've been playing on a lot of courses, and the fairways are really hard. But these fairways are nice, spongy, and soft.
And green.
Yes, well,
So
greenish. Let's just remind you, the flyovers are from summer, and we're not quite here. With some of the rain today, maybe it is a bit greener. Okay, gentlemen, okay, before we get to that, let's go through the holes. We've got every single hole for you. Here we go. Don't all rush at once. Yeah, the par 4 first. We're starting off with a nice little, like I mentioned, a little dog leg left. The tree in the center of the fairway is what you see. That is where most guys will probably land their drives. I think most of us hit it there. And then you got about 150 to 60 meters in to the flag. Donnie, what do you think of it? It's a good starting hole. Got to keep it right. And left is wild area. You can't even go in there.
Yeah, no, that's correct, Maz. It's like obviously for the golfers, to see the green, they have to stick to the right-hand side of the fairway. The lower handicappers that can hit the ball far, if they want to take the gamble, they can take a driver maybe off the tee box and try and draw it into that green. But yet again, it's like an errant tee shot, it's like it's bush left, or you got that group of trees on the sort of right-hand side if you roll off the fairway. So it's a nice, easy starting hole to start off with.
Ryan, you can take us through a second. I actually like this hole. I enjoy playing this hole. Also not too long, but a nice driving hole.
Yeah, I think so as well, man. It is a nice hole, but I think this is a hole that's definitely going to show some numbers on Friday. Just with what Rocklands is about, with their sort of felt grass, if you do miss it big enough to miss the small sort of rough sections they have, you almost never find your ball. And as you said, the environmental areas where you're not supposed to go and look for your balls, that's on the left there behind the bunkers. But if you just think about your tee shot on this hole, it's not that difficult. It's quite a big green. It's in like quite a bowl-shaped green. So even if you have a longer shot in, if you get it to that green, you've got a birdie chance, and most likely at worst, if you're missing the green, you're gonna have a 2-putt for a bogey. So yeah, but that's a cool hole. It's a tricky start.
Yes, the green, you kind of need to get it to the green. The green kind of undulates towards the back.
Yeah.
Alright guys, this is my featured hole for the major on Friday at CCJ Rocklands. It's the par 5 third. As you can see, down to bunkers straight ahead of you, at doglegs to the right at about 240 meters. It's about a 500 meter hole depending on where the tee box is. Let's have a look and see how I play this hole. Three wood off the box. We've got a decent lie here now. We play our second layup to hopefully have a wedge in. What's really nice about this hole is if you have a look at the view, the third shot, we've got 130 odd into the flag. Putt for a par, and that was my featured hole, the par 5 third.
And the par 5 third is actually a great hole. I really enjoyed it. It is very scenic once you come down the hole here. Good hole, boys. Good hole. Rubes, what do you think of the third?
If I can,
go for it.
If I can add something quickly there, it's like obviously, for the guys playing on Friday, your second shot or your third shot, all depending on where you are, is downhill. And so the one place you don't want to miss that green is long, because
Yes,
then you
gone.
are really in trouble.
Gone.
So, club selection going in there is going to be very, very important. You rather want to try and be short, or club one, club less, as an approach shot to that green.
I'm going to add to that.
Especially in current conditions, the winter fairways.
Yes, I'm going to add to that. You can't even hit the ball in the front of the green, because it's pretty much going to roll all the way to the back. So you really need to kind of hit it 5 meters before the green and let it run on. I did find I hit a great, I had about 90 in, and I landed just in front of the green, and I had a 20-meter putt back, because it does slope all the way back down. So thank you, Simon, for doing that featured hole. That was his featured hole. Then we move on to the par.
And a good par. Almost a birdie.
I think it was a 6 in the end. Wink, wink. Let's have a look at the third. This is the par 3. Not too difficult, but as you can see, there's a bunker on the left-hand side that protects it. So you've got to keep the ball to the right, gents.
Yeah, so it played quite difficult to cross wind, that pushing the ball to the bunker all the time, and it's a massive bunker.
It is a massive bunker, correct.
To be completely honest with Rocklands, all the par 3s, for me, they moneyball par 3s. You just want to hit the middle green and make your 2-putt. None of them are easy. None of them are forgiving holes at all.
And the next par 3-6 is long.
I was going to say, if you can par all 4 the par 3s, you're in for a chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to the next hole. It's a 5th, it's a par 4. This was my featured hole. I really like this hole, and you'll see why. My featured hole for the Masters at CCJ Rocklands. It's the par 4 5th hole, which is not very long. It only plays about 350 meters, but it's a drive that is important. You've got to miss the bunkers and find your good position in the fairway so that you can have a relatively short iron into the green. There's water protecting the front of the green, and then the green does undulate from the back to the front, so it's also important to find the right part of the green. So let's see how I play this hole. So I've just missed the fairway to the left, but I've actually opened up the green very nicely for me. I've got 118 meters left after my drive. I'm not a big hitter, so many guys probably wouldn't take a driver and take an iron off the box, but there we go. This is what I have in, over the water. Let's see how it goes. So my approach shot came a bit long because it is quite downhill and the wind was pushing it a bit, so I bounced next to the flag, but it went into the bunker. So I got a tricky little bunker shot to get out and hopefully up and down for 4. It's a little bogey. I'll be happy with a bogey from the bunker. So good luck at the Masters. We move on to the next hole. That was legit. Good putt. I actually putted it quite well, but some of the downhill ones, they're so quick, and then when you get something a little uphill, then you don't hit it hard enough. Right, let us move on. Now we've got the long par 3. It could be a par 4. It's almost 210 meters. So you got to whack this one. Uphill. So this is what it looks like. It's deceiving. You can't see the undulation here, but it's proper uphill.
Now this is quite ridiculous. If anyone knows sort of Royal East second hole, it's like a reverse of Royal East second hole. It's just uphill.
Yes.
Sounds interesting.
I think there's going to be a lot of bogeys there because if you don't get your tee shot right, you're going to be scrambling. Rubens, what did you make?
Massive green.
Nice 5.
Did you make? Oh, you made a nice 5. Why did you make a 5? I think you hit it right towards the tree on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I was fine, but I did a chip twice. So I tried a flop shot and it only went 10 meters and not 20 meters.
Okay. Right. Every round we like to choose a featured hole for the tournament so we can get some stats out of it. And this is the featured hole, and our reigning champion had the choice.
For every tournament, we have a feature hole. As the reigning champion for Masters, we chose hole 7 today, stroke 16, par 5. Some water on the left, front of the green. A little tricky, but what a nice hole.
The
Yeah, you
second
can
shot
play-
there is... sorry, Ruby.
Yeah, if you want to play short here, you can't be 10 meters short because everything rolls down to the water. So you have to be short or way short, or you need to be on the green.
Got to be aggressive. I agree. Okay,
Yeah,
we actually
The
moving
way
through
short
this.
is the option.
See, Ruby, that's talk of the Masters champion. You got to be aggressive. Where Maz has just said be safe. So I'm not quite sure.
There we go. Right, the 8th, par 4, big dogleg left. I would say this is one of the hardest greens to hit. If you miss this green, you got an interesting chip because it really does not. Everything funnels off this green.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely this hole is one of those sucker holes, especially for the longer hitters. You think you can cut the corner there with the driver over that bunk on the left, but if you spray it, you're definitely in trouble. So, the safe play on this hole is to basically take like a metal wood off the tee box, make sure you favor the right hand side of the fairway, and then basically it's like you've got a nice approach to a green that's sort of sloping, like you're going downhill to the green. So yet again, landing it short, to the green, making sure it sort of stops to the center, is going to be the favorable play. But it also slopes a little bit down on the right side and at the back. So
that's definitely one of the few holes on the course. There's a couple of the par fours where it's all about your tee shot, actually, just setting yourself up to have a shot to the green.
Yeah.
Like as Don said, the long hitters think they can cut the corner, but it doesn't actually turn as much as you think.
And it's also a shape where if you hit it too far right, you literally give yourself 40 extra meters in your approach if you compared to hugging the bunker on the left. So remember that. Yeah. Okay.
And also the shape of that fairway, it's like if you just do miss it a little bit right, especially if it's like drive or the tee box, you can find yourself underneath those trees on the right hand side, and then you're sort of punching out, to a very tough green.
Then the finishing front nine hole. We apologize if this is a bit jittery. It shouldn't be. This one looks pretty good, but it's jittery. Anyway, this is not too difficult. The big hitters probably don't want to take a driver because you run out of fairway unless you're cutting it over the left-hand side trees.
Sitting over the trees.
Yeah. Shortish hole. Not too difficult.
Depends where the pin is as well. Because if they tuck the pin on the back left corner there, it's actually quite a tricky approach shot.
Yeah, there we go. And then you're in. Then we do a grab and go, and then we move on, and then we all switch sides, and we play the opposite side. This is what the 10th looks like, straightforward down the hill, but it is long. I think I hit a decent drive, and I still had about 170 left, so you can judge it from me if you know how far I hit it.
This is a big numbers hole as well. It looks really simple because it's straight, reasonably wide fairways. But if you miss your tee shot here, either side, you could end up with a lost ball.
Could definitely.
Yeah, not to that approach to that green is also quite tricky. If the pin's on the right hand side, you bring that bunker into play, and also it's like you've got a little bit of a green sloping down there, so your chip coming back is going to be a sort of like an uphill type of flop type of chip.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Then we get to the stroke one. Why is the stroke one? Because it's long, and you really have to get off the box pretty good. Those bunkers are quite a way away. I made a 6 on this on Monday, simply because I didn't hit a good first putt. I left it halfway and it was downhill, so that didn't help me. Rube, how did you go on this day? I think you also had a bit of trouble.
Yeah, so I just hit it over the bunker here, and then there's a grass bunker, and I've got a nice easy. I think I hit my pitch in here, and I pulled it left because out of the rough. So I went to the tree, and then I hit the sandwich egg, and I was just I hit it over into the bunker. I made a 6.
Okay. So something to improve
That's where I
on
ended up.
Friday. Definitely. Then we got back-to-back par 5s. The first one is a par 5 12th. I'll play it for you now. Here we go. So not too long, but long. It's 500 odd meters. So again, you can't go left because there is an area there that you will not find it. But most guys who drive it will land where this little white dot is, by this tree on the left. And then it goes down the hill towards the green. Not too difficult, I don't think. Easy.
These are
3 shots.
These are 2 really par 5s because they are reachable for your longer hitters, but they're also really easy 3-shot par 5s. Like if you just accept that you're playing it as a 3-shot par 5, it's really simple. They both got pretty big greens. Again, CCJ does like putting some tough pins on the par 5, so it depends where the pin is. But yeah, if the pin's in a decent place, they're pretty easy. Sort of get yourself on for 3 and try and walk off with a 2-putt par on the par 5s.
Then there's a par 5 coming back. I'm not going to show you that one because that one is pretty straightforward. It's pretty same hole. But then we get to the 14th, a little par 4, which is Ruben's featured hole. This is how he played it. Go.
Okay, this is my feature hole, hole 14, CCJ Rocklands. It's a par 4, about 360 meters. For a long hitters, you can't hit drive off the tee. You can hit the water. It's about 305 meters. So it's a nice little tricky hole for a stroke 15. So I took a 2-iron. I think I hit about 240. So I have about 150 into the flag now. So let's see if we can make it. I'm going to take an easy 9 and let's take it just over the bunk on the right. Birdie, make the putt. That's how you play the hole. 2-iron, 9-iron, make your putt for birdie.
Very nice birdie. Oh, where did Donnie go? Donnie left us.
We've lost Donnie.
Donnie, you're messing up my grid here. That is a fine. Please put him down for not having his thing charged while he's live on a show. Okay.
Ryan, Paul is listening. Thank you, Paul.
Ryan, you can bounce between the blocks there for us. Okay, well, let's get off of this grid. Over the water, about 150 to fly. Beautiful hole. There's both the par 3s on the back nine have water on them.
Yeah, I'll go in here. I've never played the golf course, but looking at the flyer, this is like a really interesting, nice little short hole. Obviously, you've got to avoid the water in the bunker there.
And Fats, just to add to the hole, that green, that picture doesn't do it justice. That green is all kinds of shapes. Leaning up, going away from you at the back, it comes away from you at the front, a massive sort of hump in the middle of it. So, you've really got to try and get your tee shot finishing in the right area on the green.
Yeah, if you want to miss it left.
Yeah.
I really do hope the Oaks and my four will have played this golf course before. Give some tips on the day as well.
This is a 16th, also a beautiful hole that hugs the water. This could easily be a featured hole as well.
This can be a make or break on the day again, because it's definitely drivable over the bunker, taking on the water. But, you probably will save yourself a shot if you do go over there, because then you'll end up with probably 120 in. But if you play it out right, you've got a long shot into, again, another sort of 2-shelf green, with big slopes from that run off the front and push you to the back if you landed too long, if the pin's in the front. But not much else scary around that green. So if you're getting it around the green for 2, you should be okay.
Donnie's back.
Fairway looks a bit tight, is it?
Not too bad.
Yeah, if you go over the water and you play for a cut, just make sure it cuts. It's not nice on the left.
Correct.
Also, the fairway slopes there from the right to left, so the guys want to favour the right-hand side as well, that it comes down.
Jesus, that was like you never left.
Who's this guy?
At least you're in the right block.
Difficulty on my side, gents.
Right, then we get to the 17th. We've got 2 holes to go. We're almost there, so just bear with us. This was Ryan Jensen. He played with us. You haven't even seen him yet. This was his featured hole.
Alright, so I've chosen a par 3 for my featured hole. It's the 17th hole, stroke 9. As you can see, there's a bunker in the front and the back, so your club selection is quite important on this one. You got to carry quite a bit of water here, so yeah, it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. So let's see what we do here. Okay, so I'm roughly about 25 meters from the pin. Got at least plenty of green to work with, but it's a bit undulating. I'm going to try and see what the wedge does for me, so let's have a look. Oh, there we go, easy par. Left myself with a little bit of a lengthy putt, but made it.
Easy par because he chipped it close, which helps. So that's the par 3. So yes, both over water, both got a decent carry, and both have bunkers surrounding them. So like Ruben said, if you make pars on the par 3s, you've got a very good chance. We've only got one hole left, and this is the 18th. I'm going to have to try this hole again because I did not finish it. It went up in the air, and nobody knew where it went, so I had to go again. This is what the 18th looks like. Yes, left and right's trouble. You got to stay in the fairway. Once you're in the fairway, then it's pretty much a short iron into the green.
Yeah, it's quite a like sort of small fairway, especially there before the bunker. And as you know, it does funnel in a little bit, but this also doesn't show you. It's a little bit uphill as well. Yeah. You know, so your second shot, a pro shot, plays a little bit longer than what you think.
Yeah, and a tricky green. Again, I keep saying tricky greens, but this really is very protected around it by the bunkers. So I don't think you could ask for a better finishing hole. It's a pity that not everyone's going to finish on 18, but it's a really, really cool finishing hole with the clubhouse behind as well.
Yes, very pretty. So we'll have to see if the winner comes up the 8th or the 18th or the 9th hole. So we'll all gather to see who's going to win. 18th. Is that where you're going to be? Okay, great.
I think it's going to be 9th in the last 4 ball, eh?
Yeah, 18th. I think just the 4 balls behind Ruben.
I think it's 18 in the middle of the field.
Okay. The final thing, we put together some favorites, and this is how we've seeded them to say. This is also looking at current form and handicap. This is how we have it. Right, number 1 leading the group is Ruben Swart. 9-1, your favorite, Ruben. Donnie, you there with 10-1 with Alan Lowe, Dana Perumal, Ewald van Wyk, and Jason Ivins. So we think you're going to be right in contention. Then Randall Chetty, Basil Wright, Cornell, 11-1. Christo Fats, you there, 12-1, with a chance with Frikkie and Hanu. Mark Bargero, Paul, Peter Malafani is 14. And as you can see, it goes down the list. Dean, there you are, 15. Adam, Brayton, Lukey, Naruto. Dylan, Matt, myself are paired together. Ryan, there you, Ryan. I've given you a big chance here. So prove me wrong.
Ryan's a good bet there.
Yes, prove me wrong. And as we go towards the end, Pranay, I'm sorry, somebody has to be last, and that's with you, Nikki. And Leon, you need to prove yourself on the leagues so we can see how it goes. So that is pretty much the preview for you. A few technical difficulties, but you know, that's how technology is. At least there's no load shedding. Okay. Everybody, thank you very much. Look forward to Friday. Keep a lookout for the information. And we are back on Thursday to do a short version of a preview for Wingate because we don't have that much time. So we'll only be on for 15 minutes, show you what the groups are, what the tee times are, and some of the course information. And then that'll be that. And then we're playing on Friday. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate your time. And thank you on the comment line for watching. It's been a great day.
Maz, can I just add there, just thanks for all the insights. I think there's a lot of guys that feel the same as me playing the course for the first time on Friday. And I think this really, really helped. So thanks, lads.
Right. I will repost this video.
I agree.
I'm going to repost this video. So if you want to watch it again, you can go through the flyovers again. They will be in one go. They won't be so static. And then, yes, enjoy. Bring on the Masters. And with that, we're going to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Cheers, guys.
Only 6 players in the history of Duckhook golfers have the privilege to be crowned the champion. From 2014 to now, only 6 players has experienced the pressure of the final putt, the thrill of the accomplishment, the honor of being the Masters champion. In 2020, 44 players will once again battle for the title and the prestige of lifting the coveted Masters trophy. This year, there is a new challenge. Country Club Johannesburg Rocklands Golf Course will host 44 of the best Duckhook players over the last 3 months. Who will prevail? Who will feel the exhilaration? Who will be the 2020 Masters champion? But first, you need to take this trophy from me. I am Ruben Swart, 2019 Masters champion.